So tell me, how important is art to Newark, New Jersey? Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey. That's right. Um, that's an interesting question. I'm not sure how. I mean, I think it's extremely important. Let's just say it that way, because without the arts, without people having a chance, I pity the fool without a way of expressing.
Pity the
themselves,
fool.
You know what I mean? Bring it back to Mr. T. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what are you doing with your life? You know what I mean? It's like,
wow.
Honestly, like, especially when we're trained to just work and be these de facto slaves.
Tell them.
And it's like, at least you can be doing is creating something when you're en route or in transit.
Right.
I've been working on the subway series. I'm actually going to have an art show at Rutgers this coming September, displaying all my subway drawings that I drew. I started around 2011 when I was working at Sotheby's. And just 10 to 20 minute sketches of people just chilling on the train en route to work while I'm en route going to my job too as well. You know what I'm saying?
It's probably awesome. That'd be
awesome. I've got well over 1,000 drawings. I started out with a stack. Yeah, I started out with a stack of
what
paper.
What size?
Well, some of them, they range.
Okay.
From 8 and 11. 8,
Depends on what pad you had available.
Yeah, well, I originally started out with what inspired the series was that huge stack of paper, an old dot matrix computer paper, with the holes on the side. Yeah, and I was like, man, it was one of those epiphanies of, build it and they will come. I was like, man, if I could just finish this stack of paper, that'll be a series. Then I can try to get somebody to show it.
I love that. And that's the creativity.
And it's come full circle because we finally got it. You know what I mean?
Add to that question I asked you about the importance of art to Newark. Add to that your history. You were just talking about Jerry Gann and how you were brought up in exposure.
The periodical Sun. Or you got Prudential policy poking up?
No, I don't know. Yeah, Prudential is always poking up. Y'all know how that works, right?
Prudential like the poke their face and everything. Prudential's cool because, they're one of the few businesses that were born and raised in Newark and never left. You know what I mean? They remember who they are, at least. It's as big of a corporation as they are. I give them credit for that. So it's about bringing your ideas to fruition. You know what I mean? That's why I try not to hate on. I don't like to become one of those corporate, badgers or whatever, where we just immediately hate corporate because we instinctively don't like big money. But when you think like that, you're thinking more of a impoverished person. You know what I mean? Because if you hate money and you hate rich people, how could you ever be rich? And how could you ever be successful? How could you accomplish your goals? If you hate yourself, how could you ever achieve it? You know what I mean? So I try to be very careful about how I talk about money and think about it, at least. You know what I'm saying? Money or capital, for that matter.
So since we're on money, let's talk about those curse words. How does the artist create revenue? Or what is your philosophy as an artist on creating revenue?
You got to stay focused. You got to have multiple revenue streams. That's why, skateboard company, I've been skateboarding since 1990, so I got well over 30 years.
Wow.
But it's more than that. It's also a reason to slap my artwork on my board and have another excuse, another venue or platform, rather, that I can build off of. You know what I'm saying?
To build your brand. I love that. That's an important key. You're looking for every opportunity to
get your name out.
Right. Layer that brand.
Layer the brand. Yeah.
Right.
Word. And also,
and extend the arms.
The wise man once told me, he said, so I don't necessarily make money off of my art, but I make money off of doing art with the kids. And he said, you work with the kids. That's how you survive. It's all about the babies so they grow up and we kick them out, right? They turn 18, they legal now. That's another philosophy that needs to be abandoned. But I digress. But that's also key. You know what I mean? Like I said, I did a lot of stuff with the city. Like I used to be working with the city mural program, which doesn't exist any longer. They have a smaller, new kind of weird mural program that I didn't get. I missed my opportunity.
Talking about the one that.
That's the other thing too, man. As an artist, you got to stay on it, bro. You got to be like, you got to be a year in advance. You know what I'm saying? Because there's stuff going on. You have to be already applying for it. You know what I'm saying? You have to be on it. You got to follow up, and stick to your calendar, man. You just really have to be on it. You know what I mean? Like even curating that graffiti show is really hard because we were dealing with graffiti artists, so we were already outside the mainstream, already outside of the structure. They're not used to having, you know, like me, you know, through practice, you know, I got all that stuff already lined up, like my resume, my artist statement, my bio, you know, my pictures, blah, 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 blah. When these guys, I had to explain one kid what a bio is and an art statement.
That's why we're doing. That's why we're doing this, because we're you know, like you said, you were talking about earlier, and we're running into our next question. We were talking about what is artistry. What is artistry? And you were saying an artist is not just because you can sketch.
Oh, yeah.
It goes far beyond
it's a lot
that.
deeper than that. Yeah,
Right.
A lot of times people just don't realize the gravity of the situation. Like I said, that word art is such a short 3-letter word, but it really encompasses so much. You know, and it's important to study the art history and study and figure out what's your vision to the world. You know, because you want to be a successful artist. You know, you're trying to be a part of history. You're trying to make history. You want to be a part of that timeline. So what are you doing different? You know what I mean? Everybody can sing and dance. You know, talent is a dime a dozen, my man once taught me. You know what I mean? It's about what you do with it. You know what I mean? It's like what you do with it, man.
Yeah, that ties into what my title. I titled this series, "The Artist Recreates the World." And I think a lot of times people don't really get that, because our culture makes it seem like everything's set in place and we're okay. All we have to do, we talked about this earlier, all we have to do is find our place. Mm-hmm. Just walk in the pattern.
Another cog in the wheel.
Right. But that's not true. And especially amongst the artists, because the artist truly has the ability to go where other people don't go, and press that upon the consciousness of people in various forms.